I don't think I've been here since 1970.
Yeah.
Bettina Lyons getting a look at the remodeled dining room of what was once the Pioneer Hotel.
I think they've done a remarkable job on the ceiling.
The Pioneer Tucson is now an office building in downtown. With the help of Tucson artist Joe Pagic, they've restored the dining room back to how it looked when it opened in 1929.
It's wonderful that it's still here. Yeah. It was built to last.
Yes.
To appreciate the building built to last, you have to go back to the beginning, when Bettina's grandfather, Albert Steinfeld, first came to Tucson in 1872. He was just 18 years old and came to work at his family's store, the Zeckendorf Mercantile on Main Street.
Eventually, he bought out his uncle, Louis Zeckendorf, and he built Steinfeld's department store.
Opened in 1906, Steinfeld's was a fixture in downtown at the corner of Stone and Pennington. By 1928, Albert Steinfeld was the largest landowner in Tucson. That's when investors came to see him with an idea.
We think it's time to build a first-class hotel in Tucson.
Right.
And we want your property. Albert Steinfeld thought that was a really good idea because it would benefit his stores across the street. And he donated the property.
Well-known Tucson architect Roy Place designed the Spanish Revival Hotel. But midway through the build, the investors backed out.
Son Harold Steinfeld went to his father and said, "Congratulations, you're in the hotel business because I want to continue this project."
Yeah.
And he did. Harold Steinfeld oversaw the completion of the Pioneer Hotel. At 11 stories, it was Tucson's tallest skyscraper, 1 story taller than the Consolidated National Bank down the street.
They had a grand opening in 1929, and invitations went out, and it was $10 a piece. And I looked it up, that's $250 in today's money. And the hotel was a huge success.
Now managing the property, Harold Steinfeld and his wife Peggy moved into the Pioneer Hotel.
They had the top floor and they had a big suite of rooms up there.
Bettina remembers spending many nights eating formal dinners with the Steinfelds on that top floor.
They were very much loved and they lived their whole married life in the Pioneer Hotel.
Bettina began her married life at the Pioneer Hotel. Her wedding reception held in the ballroom the day after Christmas, 1957. The Pioneer Hotel was the spring training home of the Cleveland Indians and continued to be the place for big events in Tucson. But tragedy struck just after midnight on December 20th, 1970. Fire broke out on the 4th floor. Staff told Bettina's Uncle Harold and Aunt Peggy to stay put. Bettina's husband called and talked to Peggy as the fire was burning several floors below.
She said, "I'm fine, don't worry." Yeah. So we went to bed. And we didn't know what happened until we woke up the next morning.
Tragically, both Harold and Peggy Steinfeld died in the fire.
The only flaw in the building was the open stairways.
It turned out to be the deadliest fire in Arizona history. 29 people lost their lives. By the mid-1970s, the hotel was converted into the office building we see today at the corner of Stone and Pennington. There's a plaque in the lobby remembering the 29 lives lost, and there's the dining room, refurbished to look as it did in 1929. Bettina has written a book on the history of the Zeckendorf and Steinfeld families in Tucson and is passing along the absolutely Arizona history of the Pioneer Hotel to her grandchildren.